Labor Day is over. It has come and gone. Bye-bye Labor Day. The temperatures are going down. So y'all are looking for a place to stay for the winter because camping season is not over.
That's right. So either you're a seasoned RVer and you've done this every winter in the same place and you want variety now, I get that. Or you're a brand new RVer and you've got no idea where to go, what to do, we're gonna help you. There's 3 main areas for winter-friendly RVing, and that's Texas, Florida, and Arizona. We're gonna cover all 3. And that's not to say you can't go to Michigan if you don't like being buried in feet of snow, but that's not what we're going over. We're going over the winter-friendly stuff.
Because for the majority of y'all, the goal is not to freeze your butt off. Can you say butt on YouTube?
But
obviously, the first state is the big old state of Florida.
Now, just to keep things so they're not random, we're not doing Random World today. We're going to have like categories and like just a general framework where we're going to evaluate all 3 winter areas. They're all going to have the same kind of comparisons, so you don't need to worry. It's not going to be weird. It's just going to be real straightforward to help you out the most we can.
Number 1, weather.
Oh yeah, because really when you're thinking about wintering somewhere, isn't that the most important thing you're considering is the weather? I mean,
right.
Winter friendly, right?
You're like, with Florida, there is no way I'm going to have to deal with snow in Florida.
Which brings me to our first major point, which is...
Record scratch.
Yeah, record scratch. We're going to divide Florida into 2 sections. We're going to go over Pensacola and the Panhandle up top, and then Tampa. So Pensacola and Tampa, there is a difference.
Yes, it does snow in Florida. We got, 7 to 9 inches in Pensacola in the prime of snowbird season in January. It might have been a once-in-a-lifetime snow.
I was going to say that. Now, usually you might get, a few flakes and a little freezing weather, but if you're in Pensacola, there is a chance for that really crazy thing that makes meteorologists jump for joy because they like the weird stuff.
And we want to give you average temperatures. I'm just going to have to look at my phone for this. Pensacola, average temperature in the day is 61 to 64. That's not bad.
No.
At night, 45 to 48. Unless you have some freak snowstorm.
Yeah, average. It could be higher, it could be lower, like the freak snowstorm.
So then Tampa, and remember, anything south of Tampa is going to be a little bit higher than this, but Tampa average is 70 to 73 degrees during the day, and at night 51 to 55. So much better than the northern Florida section.
And this should go without saying, but if you're some of our wonderful Canadian friends, we love you, but we're doing this in Fahrenheit. So hit up Google and do the conversions.
The next thing when it comes to weather is storms and stuff like that. Hurricane season runs until November 30th. So keep that in mind if you're wanting to pick Florida as a state to winter in. You might want to maybe hold off and not move in till maybe after hurricane season's over, because as we all know, hurricanes are very unpredictable.
Right. Now, you might want to see how active is the hurricane year. When is the peak part of the season? You're not likely to get one on November 30th, but hey, weird stuff has been happening, right? In the last few years, am I right? Put it in the comments. Weird stuff happens. So just keep that in mind.
Camping options in Florida. Mainly, it's going to be RV parks.
There's
honestly.
There's not a lot of free or low cost or extreme low cost camping. There are they water management areas,
Yeah.
I think, where you can stay maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks.
That's the thing. It's very limited.
Very limited. So it is possible. Don't let anybody tell you it's impossible, but it's not likely. You're overwhelmingly probably going to be in a state park, a county park, a private RV park, something like that.
Right. So if you're choosing Florida, obviously, like he just said, you're going to be picking the RV parks. Especially in South Florida, once you hit that Tampa line and down, you're going to see a lot of 55 plus parks, especially in snowbird season. They kind of really stick to that hard because they're like, well, if it's before snowbird season, they might let you stay. So this is just for all of y'all that are over 55. You're probably going to have a terrific chance of finding an RV park. If you're above 55, I guess.
Is that under 55?
Under 55, yes. then you might want to stay a little above the Tampa area. I'm not saying that it can't be done, but
yeah, there are certainly parks that are under 55 south of Tampa and Tampa. There really are. There are lots of them, but there are a high density of 55 plus parks. So if you're not quite there yet, then the further north you go, a little bit more cold in your day and night, then if you can tolerate that, you got a better shot.
And we're under 55 still, so we have been able to stay in Florida pretty much every month of the winter season, and we've been able to stay in places, so you should be able to find them too if you fall under that category.
If you know you're going to be in Florida for the winter, given what we just said about 55 plus parks and all that stuff, call and make your reservation as soon as you can, because that'll honestly be your best shot in making sure that you get a place that you're happy with, and don't do it at the last minute. But if you are like us and you tend to do things last minute unplanned, you'll still have availability, but it's going to be much, much harder.
Florida obviously has a lot of stuff to do to keep you busy. Did we mention the beaches? The beaches, beaches, beaches.
I got never-ending beaches.
Another thing we recommend is getting a state park pass.
Yes.
That way you can hop from state park to state park. You can do, kayaking and stuff like that. The manatees start to come in
in the winter.
The state park, so you'll get to see those and, other types of wildlife like alligators and stuff like that. It's more pleasant to do the hiking trails in the wintertime in Florida.
Boy, is it ever. In the wintertime is when you want to go hiking, not June.
And if you're around the Tampa area or you just want to drive into Tampa for the day, they're going to have that big RV show that everybody talks about and likes to go to. Florida also has a lot of fairs and festivals, and they even have a strawberry festival sometime in February, I believe.
In Plant City. Yes, they do. Get your strawberry shortcake on.
Tons of activities and stuff to do in Florida, and the weather's nice too.
And the closer you are to the big cities, obviously you're going to have, like in Tampa area, I say that because we spent time there, they're going to have aquariums, they're going to have indoor stuff. If you want indoor stuff, they're going to have it near the big cities. There's tons of outdoor stuff from coast to coast, north, south, east, and west. If you want outdoor stuff, you'll never be bored.
And another tip, it could probably go for all 3 states. Also, if you like the zoos and aquariums and stuff, look into memberships, because if you buy a membership at one, then you can get discounts at others.
But ask them what their network is, because that changes, honestly, depending on who's running the show. Now, you're also thinking, man, I'm looking at being warm, but I also don't want to be bored. I want to socialize. Maybe you like a little bit more, maybe you like a little bit less. So here's the dig on that. You're going to go to a 55 and plus park, and you're going to have most likely community up the wazoo. I mean, they're going to have activities scheduled. They're going to have all kinds of stuff to do. It's going to be jam-packed with friendly people for the most part. RVers are friendly anyways, right? So you're going to have a great opportunity. Now, if you're at an any age park, that's what I'm calling it, any age, some of them, like Sean likes to say, check their website, check their activity calendar. A lot of them put it online, or call them and ask them. Any age parks are hit or miss. Some of them have, we've found in our experience, have great activities. And they still may have a lot of people who are 55 plus, but they may have a lot of great activities. Some of them are just, here's a place to park it. If you want something to do, you find something to do. And some of them are more worker parks in industrial areas. So you really got to do your homework. And in terms of free camping, as we said, there's not a lot of free camping in Florida. So if you're doing one of the limited free camping spots, you're probably not going to have a big community aspect to that in Florida.
And to give you an example, we stayed at Champions Run, which is not a 55 plus park, and they had tons of activities. So, like I said, you could go on their website and even go to Google and read reviews, and they'll, Google is, I mean, those people that leave reviews there, they're honest about, if this park has a lot of activities for you to do and stuff like that. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Yeehaw.
All right, weather in Texas.
You remember we talked about Florida? We divided up into 2 parts. We're going to do that again. Unfortunately, I don't have like just a road to tell you, so we're going to call it San Antonio and South Padre.
South of San Antonio.
if you're up in like the panhandle of Texas and North Texas, and if you're in Dallas and stuff, we'll get to that.
All right, you're thinking, okay, Texas, surely if I go below I-10, I am not going to hit that nasty snow. Probably not, but you're gonna probably hit an ice storm. We got in an ice storm in San Antonio in January.
And if you look at your weather history of the last 4 years we've been RVing, 4.5 years, Texas has gotten hit twice, I believe,
That's
out of those
true.
4.5 years. 2 winters. One was really bad. It was a
Yeah.
snow and ice storm, mainly ice. And the next year was, which when we went to Texas in the winter, it wasn't as bad, but it was really ice and snow, sub-freezing temperatures in the San Antonio area. So if you go down to way down there to what the South Padre,
South Padre,
maybe Corpus Christi,
Yeah.
you're probably not as likely to run into the white stuff.
Like I said, a freak storm can happen anywhere, y'all. It's like Ryan Hall said, don't be scared, be prepared.
That's what you do. Yep.
Another thing when it comes to weather with Texas, they're in the same boat as Florida. They still have that small coastline that runs into the Gulf. So they do have hurricanes that hit down there in the Galveston and South Padre Island area, so be aware of that.
Through November.
Hurricane season is until November 30th. So keep that in mind.
Do your research, do your homework, but as we're saying now, we have co-opted the great Ryan Hall's phrase, don't be scared, be prepared.
Right. Now, let me look at my phone. I'll give y'all average for that area. For San Antonio, the average during the day is 62 to 64 degrees.
Fahrenheit.
At night, it's 41 to 43, your low. South Padre's high is going to be 67 to 68 degrees. That's pretty nice.
That is pretty nice.
And the low is 52 to 55 degrees.
That's very doable in the winter time. Very,
Yes.
very. Yes.
When-
No freezing water lines or anything.
When we stayed in Texas, we stayed there in the month of January and February, and that was spread out between San Antonio, Houston, and Livingston. And all three places, we still had to have our winter jackets and stuff. So
Yeah. As far as our friends have told us, and again, we're just going over our experiences, y'all. This isn't the Encyclopedia Britannica here. Do they still make that, by the way? I don't even know if that's a thing. So that may be an age reference. I don't know. Anyhow, they tell us that South Texas, like South Padre Island and stuff, is more beautiful all the time. Do they ever get cold weather? Below average? I don't know. But in the parts of Texas we went to, yeah, Sean's absolutely right. You need your jackets.
okay, where can I stay if I want to stay in Texas?
Now, if you go to freecampsites.net or Campendium, you'll see that there are some free camping spots in Texas. They do exist, but they're not like huge plentiful. So that brings Sean to her point.
They do have RV parks. Like I said, when we stayed there, we stayed at a place in San Antonio for a month, so we were able to get a monthly rate. We also were part of the 1,000 Trails back then, and with 1,000 Trails, depending on your membership, you move every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. It depends what you have.
It's a mess.
So we were able to also do 1,000 Trails Park, and we're Escapees members, so we were also able to stay in
yeah.
Escapees Park, which is very reasonably priced.
Yeah, there might not be a lot to do in Livingston, but they are very reasonably priced, and it was a good park with very nice people.
From our research, Texas does have some 55 plus, but out of the 3 states, I think they have the least
Heavy
yeah.
concentration. They're not as densely packed with 55 plus, which means they're just open to everybody, which all 3 states are open to everybody. But if you're an any age park kind of person, even if you are 55 plus, you're like, I don't want to be in those parks, fine. They have non-55 plus parks, plenty to choose from.
But like Florida, Texas does have a state park system. So if you want to get like a state park pass for Texas, and you can move around their state parks for the winter, we've seen people do that.
And depending on what your budget is, if you're in Texas, you're like, really, I want to be in the warm part of Texas, but there's other stuff I want to see too. Well, depending on your budget, leave your RV parked in your parking pad and do like spokes in a wheel. Go up to their national park. Go up to this place. Go up to that place. Hit Dallas up. Go to Houston. Go to Fort Worth. You don't have to stay there but a night or two in a hotel or something, or maybe in another RV park there if the weather's going to be good. You just be strategic about it. You can still see the other parts of Texas in the winter.
And that leads into things to do in Texas. Like we were just talking about the state parks. We got to experience the state parks there. They're really nice. I think we
go
went
to the hill country.
One or two. Yeah, the hill country's a very nice area to go to. We have not made it to a Texas beach yet, but a lot of people seem to enjoy that area too.
Yes, they do. Corpus Christi, Galveston, all that kind of stuff.
If you love Buc-ee's and you want to get your Buc-ee's on, Texas is your state.
That's where they're from, yo.
Yeah, that's where it originated from and everything. They got like Buc-ee's galore.
Yep, if you need barbecue, you already know to go to Texas. But if you want the best barbecue, you go to Buc-ee's.
Get your Buc-ee's on.
Like that won't be a controversial statement. Go to a gas station. But it really is good stuff.
For like a date night, right?
We've done it.
Yeah.
We have done it.
Yeah.
Now in Florida we talked about the big RV show, but with all three states there are always going to be small regional RV shows. And you might not be an RVer, you might just be somebody who snowbirds differently. That's fine, but if you want to see a bunch of outdoor and sports type stuff, then like recreational sporting type events, that's going to be regional. You're going to always have regional local stuff that's not going to be as big, but still fun, still a great way to meet people in all three states. And I forgot to mention it in Florida. So Texas will definitely have those as well. They've got some big cities. They're going to have RV centered and sportsy, recreational type shows like that.
And Texas should also have the aquariums and the zoos and
definitely.
stuff, and fairs and festivals too.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Okay, community in Texas. Like we mentioned for Florida, look at parks to see if they have like activities going on. From our experience when we stayed at one park in Orange, Texas, it was clearly
It was a workers' park.
a workers' park where people
Yes.
just stayed there during the week to work, and then they left for the weekend. So that
And they
park,
would leave their RVs there for the weekend, but they'd be gone.
so that park had no kind of community or activities or anything
Right.
like that. So you want to try to find a park where it's kind of built-in community, or it's more of like a snowbird destination where they're going to have those activities for you to be able to play your bingo or your pickleball. You know, also look for a park that's got that stuff, like the pickleball courts and stuff like that.
And like we talked about, the same rule of thumb applies. See, here's my thumb. The same rule of thumb applies. Your 55 plus parks are usually, not every time, I guess there are exceptions, are usually going to have the activities. Check out the online calendar, call them up, send them an email, smoke signals, whatever, get their feedback. How much stuff do you have to do? Look at the reviews for those parks, and you're probably going to find plenty of parks with activities in the winter. Not in the summer necessarily, in the winter.
Bam, Arizona. Now, let's get right into the weather. The good thing about the weather in Arizona is you don't even have to worry about the hurricanes.
Well, that's true. But with Arizona, you've got above I-10 and I-10 and below.
Right.
If you go above I-10, let's say you go to Flagstaff. You can do Flagstaff in the wintertime.
Even Holbrook.
You can do Holbrook in the wintertime. We've done it. But anything above I-10 is fair game for snow and ice. And as soon as you get above I-10, you're going to start, even just driving, you're going to start climbing in elevation. And what happens then? The air gets a little bit colder. You're going to get a little bit more wintry weather.
Which we've seen.
So just keep that in mind. It is doable, but below I-10 is really where we're going to focus. And I want to have one big asterisk with Arizona. A huge asterisk. I don't have that many fingers. So
Let's try to asterisk it. I don't know. Y'all get what we're trying to say.
we're not good at this. But real quickly, for those of you who are in the know, you might say, well, it's not just Arizona, and it's not. It's Arizona and southeastern California.
Uh-oh.
So when you get down to Yuma, and this is not a geography lesson, folks, it's just real simple. You get parts of southeastern California that are so close, like American Girl Mine and other parts of southern California, southeast, that are so close to Yuma, Arizona, that you're going to do all your shopping in Yuma. All your amenities are pretty much going to be in Yuma. Yuma is going to be your game. So we're just going to lump all that together and say Arizona, because honestly, even when you're in the California side, you're not close enough to California stuff to think of yourself that way. So Arizona it is.
So y'all got a little bit of an extra token. Y'all got an extra state in there without thinking that you got an extra state.
For free.
I mean, it was really weird when we stayed in California. I mean, you just still thought we were in Arizona. But...
That's what it felt like, yeah.
So yeah, you don't have to worry about the hurricanes with Arizona. However, you do have to deal with wind. So if you have slide toppers and awnings, especially slide toppers, be very careful, because we have been in Arizona where we have had gusts up to 70 miles per hour in the desert.
Now, this is a good rule of thumb for any location, especially Texas and Arizona, but especially Arizona.
Yes.
Don't leave your awnings out overnight. You will be sorry. And don't, not to start controversy, just don't do it, especially in the winter in Arizona. And don't leave your rig with your awnings out, because the desert winds are ferocious. And what else happens when you get desert winds? Dust storms.
Oh my goodness.
Be prepared to clean. Just like you've heard, when you go RV on the beach, you get sand everywhere. If you're in Arizona in the wintertime, and I don't care what part of Arizona you're in, folks, unless you're in an RV park and there's no sand within 100 miles of you, you're going to get dirt and sand in your RV. It's just going to happen.
I mean, like 6 months later, we're still cleaning, desert dirt off of our rig, inside of our rig. It gets in the nooks and crannies. So just keep that in mind when it comes to the desert.
But enough of the negative stuff.
Yeah.
Arizona is a great state to avoid winter weather. I-10 and below.
Yeah.
Does it get cold?
Yes. Do y'all want to hear the temperatures? I had to screenshot it. Okay, for Quartzsite, because that's like the, what is
right
it?
on I-10.
The mecca of where most of the people go, right? The daytime temperatures are between 64 and 74 degrees.
Very nice.
During the day. At night, it can get between 42 and 49. That's the thing about the desert, y'all. As soon as that sun goes down, the temperatures drop a good 20 degrees.
It really does. I mean, it really is the biggest difference of any of the 3 states between night and day.
Yuma is a little bit better. So in the day, you're going to get 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. At night, again, 48 to 54 for the low, because as soon as that sun goes down, the temperatures drop, because it's also windier and it gets really cold, and all of us are out there at campfires with jackets on, so that's another state you will need a jacket. So
yes, but I'm not saying it never happens. Never say never in this crazy world we live in, but I have never experienced, we've been to Arizona several years now, and I've never experienced snow in Arizona. It could happen, sure, but it happened in Texas.
South of I-10,
yeah, south of I-10. It happened in Texas and it happened in Florida. I've never seen it in southern Arizona.
Yeah, 2 points to that. There is a couple of towns that might be a little higher in elevation that might get once or twice below freezing, that being Benson, Arizona, which we love, by the way.
Oh, wonderful town.
But yeah, just keep that in mind. Sometimes higher elevation, lower, it means lower temperatures.
Yes.
So, and you don't have to worry about that in Florida because it's just all flat. But Arizona has different elevations and stuff. So, next, what are the camping options that you are going to have if you decide to stay in southern Arizona?
Now, you got the big options, which we always talk about, free camping and RV parks. You got both in spades. I mean, tons. So free camping in the wintertime, if you can't find a spot to go free camping in Arizona, you're doing something wrong.
You can even camp by a saguaro cactus.
Man, you can just, there is so much free camping.
Yes.
Now, before I overwhelm you, Quartzsite is one. And you're going to hear a lot of people talk about Quartzsite. Before you ever knew where it was on the map, you've heard about Quartzsite. And there are paid areas in Quartzsite, and there are free areas in Quartzsite. There are both. And there are, when you pay to go in the pay area, they have amenities like trash and water and stuff. Or you can stay in the free areas, and local businesses like RV Relief is our favorite, not sponsored but should be. They have dump station water, they have every propane, everything that you need, ice if you don't have an ice maker. They have all the amenities. Free camping in Yuma area is also plentiful. There's free camping everywhere in between. Kings Road, what is that area called?
Oh, Kofa area.
Kofa.
National Forest? No.
National Wildlife Refuge.
That's what it is.
There's 3 or 4 different entrances to that. All that to say, folks, free.
Tons of free camping. And if you're like, but I want to experience it, but I don't want to boondock or do free camping, they've got RV parks galore in Quartzsite and Yuma.
Especially Yuma. And if you're 55 plus,
that's
Yuma is where you want to go. Now, I'm sure Phoenix must have a huge plethora of RV parks as well, and there's probably boondocking there too, but we don't have any experience with that. But just to say, it's not limited to what we're talking about. So there are other areas of southern Arizona that are good for you.
In Arizona, there are tons of things to do. Again, they have a state park system, so look into maybe getting a state park pass. You can visit different state parks. They have lots of desert trails and stuff to hike. Me and Matthew have done that, especially an American Girl mine. We just went off on ourselves, created our own trails, and found like abandoned mines and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it was really cool to explore.
There's just so much to explore, and they have the big Quartzsite show, which we've done twice, and that's a lot of fun. I really had fun with that.
Yeah, it's an RV show and like a sports recreation type show.
And I think when the show's not going on, they do have like rocks or something?
Like precious gems, rocks, stuff like that. That's also going on at the same time.
Another cool thing, if you do wind up staying in Yuma, you can also go across the border to Mexico, and we did that once. A lot of people go there to maybe do some shopping or get something to eat, and sometimes people go there for the dentist and I think the eye doctor too. So
as with all things, do your own research. But there's a lot to do in Arizona. A lot of it is outdoors.
Yes.
If you go near the big cities like Phoenix and Tucson and stuff like that, there might be more indoor stuff to do. I'm sure there is, but a lot of outdoor natural stuff in Arizona. And just as there's tons of camping, there's tons of hiking, there's tons of everything outdoors.
Also in Arizona, you'll see some donkeys, like wild donkeys.
Oh, they're so much fun.
Like, you don't have to go to a zoo to see the donkeys. It's so fun.
They're adorable.
When we stayed at Imperial Dam, they would just kind of come out there and you could hear them. Do they bellow or? I don't know that.
I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it?
No, and you'll hear them sometimes. And at night, you can also hear coyotes, which don't be afraid of coyotes. If you have a little chihuahua, they should be afraid of coyotes. But you'll be fine.
It does sound creepy, though.
Oh, I love it. I love it. There's nothing better than at night hearing them go off. Oh, it's great. And just
be aware of your surroundings, because they always say, like, the desert's supposed to kind of be, I don't want to use the word dead, but I remember at the Quartzsite rally, but it might have, when we were at Grand Design, there was a rattlesnake. So the desert starts to come alive, I think, towards the end of certain months. Just be aware of rattlesnakes and stuff like
little
that.
Scorpions, stuff like that. But honestly, you've got to look pretty hard to find them. They are there, but they're not everywhere in the wintertime. So community, making friends, having community is twofold. Number one, if you're boondocking, remember we talked about Quartzsite? So let's say you're in Quartzsite. It's wall-to-wall people. You can be a little more isolated, but chances are you're going to be around other folks. And that means you have a great, great, great chance at making friends, having community. There's all sorts of little rallies going on. There's all sorts of get-togethers, escapees, all kinds of stuff. If you don't want to be alone, that's where you go. If you're boondocking down in the Yuma area or anywhere in between or somewhere else in Arizona, it's kind of hit or miss. Some places are more busy, some places are not very busy, and you're more spread out. We have our favorite places for both. Community in the RV parks, as we said, if you're in a 55 and up park or an any age park where they have lots of activities and stuff, chances are in the wintertime is when they're going to have those activities, and you're going to meet people, a lot of people. And so community in Arizona in the wintertime is really big, and it's super easy.
So if you're looking for low cost, and put a check mark by Arizona, because that's where you're going to get your free camping and stuff like that, you can buy, like Matthew, I don't know if Matthew mentioned it, but a long-term
LTVA,
camping pass and just stay put. Or you can do the free route where you just move every couple of weeks, and there are tons of spaces, but you can definitely keep your costs down in Arizona. And so put a check mark by that state if that is your main option to try to keep your costs low. And there's no hurricanes in Arizona.
Nope, just dust storms. Not every day, just once in a while.
If y'all have come across other people that are unsure about, where they want to winter camp or if that's even possible, share our video and let them know that we have tried to give some advice on what to do for winter camping.
Yeah, and if y'all like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the like button and hit subscribe. That would really help us out, and it's free. And that way YouTube might actually let you know when we put out another one. Put in the comments below if there's any questions that we didn't cover that you really want to know. Maybe you're having a hard time finding out. Either we can answer them, which we answer every question that we can, or there might be some other wonderful people in our BDR community down there in the comments who can also help you out with that.
Yeah, we have a lot of experience doing Florida, Arizona. Texas is probably our least experience, but we have experienced it. And if we shared every little detail, it would be like a 2-hour video or longer. So there might have been some stuff that you're like, but wait, you didn't, like Matthew said, you didn't cover that little aspect. I'd really like to know. Then yeah, drop us a comment and let us know.
Now, we have done some cold weather camping. Like Sean said, we've done Holbrook. We've done the Williams/Flagstaff area in cold weather. We've even done by Cedar City, Utah in November. We were at 10,300 feet, was it? And it got down, what, to 3 degrees? Man, that was a lesson. So you can do that. And we've seen people on YouTube do Pennsylvania in the wintertime. I'm sure people do Michigan, but these are the main areas where you're likely to have pleasant weather and lots of good people and lots of activities and stuff like that. So if you're new to all this, don't go crazy. Just choose one of those 3, and if that's not your cup of tea, then move on to the next area for the next winter.
We've also done not San Antonio, what is that, New Mexico?
Oh, Tucson.
No, New Mexico.
Oh.
Santa Fe.
Yeah, that's it.
And it snowed there too. So all this to say, me and Matthew has gotten used to the winter camping, but
Snow's not that
y'all
bad.
are here because y'all really want to know where to winter and not get in the snow, right?
Yeah, snow's not the worst thing in the world. You just have to be prepared. So if you're new to this or you just don't want to deal with the snow, you don't have to. There are plenty of places to go. And honestly, that blizzard in Florida,
it was a freak thing.
As Ryan Hall said, that's our weather guy, he said, you're not likely to ever see that again in your lifetime. So be prepared, but it could happen. But is it likely to happen again? Not really.
So all of that to say, everybody wants to be a happy camper. So yeah, tell us what state you're gonna pick. Are you gonna pick one of the big 3, which is Florida, Texas, or Arizona? Are y'all gonna be like rebels and pick some smaller state that no one wants to include, like, oh, I'm gonna winter in Mississippi or something? I don't know.
I mean, it is possible, but no matter where you go, there's always an opportunity to either have seclusion if you want it, or have community if you want it. You'll always have those opportunities.
But we hope with the categories that we presented that you were able to, narrow it down, like, oh, okay, I'll pick Arizona because I'm not have to worry about hurricanes, or I'll pick Arizona because it's free camping, or no, I think I'll pick Florida because I don't want the dust storms. You see, everyone has pros and cons, and you just have to kind of see, what box do I fit into?
And honestly, the hurricanes in Florida and Texas are not likely to happen. The most likely storm type thing you're going to find is you're going to have either an ice storm, maybe in Texas sometimes, or you're going to have a dust storm in Arizona. And it's not every day, and you can prepare for it as best as you can, but it shouldn't stop you.